I'm Nadia, and today I want to try to answer to difficult question and give astrological assessment when will the war in Ukraine end. Because answer to this question is very interesting for me, and first of all I want to say that I suppose that start of ending of war in Ukraine will be in March of 2023. I hope to that, and I want to tell you why I think so. Because I made the certain investigation, astrological investigation, yeah, and I relied on such aspect of planets like Chiron, sextile Mercury, and this sextile aspect of planets was on 24th of February 2022, when the war and invasion of Russia was started on this day, yeah, and Chiron in this day was in sign of Aries at 10th degrees and 70th minutes, and Aquarius and Mercury was in Aquarius with the same degrees and minutes. And my investigation showed that Chiron is responsible for healing wounds, especially old wounds, and this conflict between Ukraine and Russia not new, it's old conflict, and that's why within this period it was escalated, yeah. And why I think that this war may be ended in full, maybe finished in full, I hope, or anyway it will be like start of ending, maybe long ending of war, but anyway this will be we will see like the situation will be better and better for Ukraine, and the same sextile of Chiron and Mercury will be on 20th of February 2023 in at 13 degrees 26 minutes. And about my investigation, why I think so, yeah. First one, the oldest date from my investigation, it was Turkish War of Independence, and it was started in year 1990, and it was ending in year 1923. And in 1919 we have like it will be period before entering Chiron in sign of Aries, and in 1923 we will have when Chiron will be in the same sextile with Mercury at degrees. And Chiron was sextile Mercury at degrees of 14 degrees and 51 minutes on March 1923. Yeah, and this war will be ended in this year on July, and that's why we see like after approximately certain degrees, we will see like the situation will go in better way. Also, I want to say the second one, it was war in Vietnam in years from 1955 till 1975. But within this war, it was signed Paris Peace Accords, and they was signed on year 27th of January 1973, and this Paris Peace Accords meant that that it was like almost ending a war, and we see the same sextile of Chiron and Mercury on 31st of January 1973, and at certain degrees 30 minutes. And that's why I make now this positive prediction that I believe and I hope the history is cycle, and astrology also have the same cycles, and as we see here that we need to wait positive shift in this war after February 2023. And also I want to say that it was like conflicts, local conflicts, but these conflicts will have big influence on the whole world. Also within this period in a year about starting conflicts, in year 1969 we had conflict, Sino-Soviet border conflict, and this conflict was started at 0 degrees 37 minutes, and we had the same sextile of Chiron and Mercury. And Mercury, it's always about communication, and as we see in Aquarius, it's about different. It's enough conflictive sign, and it's sign about changes, big changes, and that's why we see that Aries and Aquarius can't start communication, yeah, and that's why if we have small degrees before certain degrees, we understand that it was hot points, it was conflict moments, and now we see like this anyway degrees of Chiron are bigger, and we see like the situation in Ukraine start to be better and better, yeah. And also I want to say you we have good example of Cambodian civil war. Also this war, widening of war, will be in year 1970, and sextile of Chiron in Mercury was at 4 degrees and 8 minutes, and we had escalation of the situation, and at the same time in year 1975 was end of war, and our Chiron and Mercury was at 20 degrees and 10 minutes. And also we see that war in Vietnam didn't end at date of Paris Peace Accords at 1973, but at the same time we understand that it was almost end, but of course war can't end in one day, in 1 second, because we will have of course consequences of such not so pleasant situation, of course, yeah. And I'm waiting I'm waiting, and I hope that everything will be better and better in Ukraine after February 2023. But in full, Ukraine shall wait for prosperity and restoration of everything destroyed in year 2027. On one side, we will have transition of Chiron from Aries into Gemini, and it will be in the year 2026. But at the same time, it will be like in year 2026, 2027, it will be absolutely prosperity in Ukraine. I hope my reading do you like my reading, and everything will be like I told. That's all. Thank you, and bye bye.